Hi everyone, welcome back to our video series on the new digital SAT verbal section. Don't forget to comment below with additional content you'd like to see. All right, so for today we have another writing related question. So again, looking at our options, we can immediately identify that this question is going to be testing verb agreement here. So let's look at the passage. Formed in 1967 to foster political and economic stability within the Asia-Pacific region, the Association of Southeast Asian Nations was originally made up of 5 members: Thailand, the Philippines, Singapore, Malaysia, and Indonesia. By the end of the 1990s, the organization blanked its initial membership. All right. So one thing to note here is that we want to figure out what the subject of the verb is, which in this case is going to be the organization. The fact that the organization is singular doesn't really help us rule out any options here. All the options are actually in the singular form, so we'll kind of rule out that as a way to approach this question. So then looking a little bit closer at the answer options, mostly the thing that's changing here is just the tense. So this question is specifically focusing on the tense of the verb. So we want to look for some context here to help us figure out what the tense should be. So we have by the end of the 1990s, the organization blanked its initial membership. So if we look at kind of a little bit further back, we have 1967 is when they started forming this alliance that they're talking about here. So we're talking about the period between 1967 and the end of the 1990s. So that's like 30-year time frame or so. So that implies that we're talking about the past. So we're going to need a past tense here. So that means we can get rid of C and D, as C is present and D is future. So then looking at our options A and B, we have either has doubled or had doubled. So the difference there is the has or the had. And in this case, the answer is going to be B, only because we have a kind of finite sense of time here that we're looking at. We're looking from between 1967 to the 1990s. So that means that this kind of time frame that they're discussing has already been completed. It's a specific time frame that we're talking about. So in this case, the organization had doubled its initial membership by the end of this time frame. So it's a very specific time frame there, which is want to go with B over A. Has more so would be something like if we said the organization has doubled its initial membership, that's a signal that it's still kind of ongoing, that we're looking towards the future a little bit, which we're not doing here. We're specifically talking about this time period that has already ended and is in the past. So B is definitely going to be our correct choice. All right, follow us for more.